Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at some international chances for this year's Melbourne Cup. We're going to be highlighting 8 different runners today and seeing how they've prepped up. If you are looking for an international but they don't appear in this video, I'm going to put a link to some more videos that I've done in the description of the videos for horses such as Middle Earth, T.O. Royal and plenty more in the description below, so make sure you check that out. How this video is going to run is we're going to take a look at the market, preview the international runners. I'll give you my final thoughts and also my Australian seedings for this year's Melbourne Cup. It's going to be great. Let's get straight on with the market. Vauban is currently your favourite, $19. It was 2 months ago. It's into $11. Circle of Fire, the favourite back then, has been $11 out to $13. Grosvenor Square has been $26 into $13, a big firmer. Middle Earth has been $15, slightly out to $17. Magical Zoe, the winner of the Ebor Handicap, has entered the market at $18. Warmonger has stayed at the $18. Tower of London's been $21 into $19. Absurde's been $41 into $21. Crystal Black the same. It's been $41 into $21. St. George $51 into $21 off a slashing run in last Saturday's Heatherly Stakes without any luck. T.O. Royal $15 out to $21. It's drifted, as has the map. It's been $17 out to $21. Without a fight, last year's winner's been $21 out to $23. Berkshire Breeze has been $15 out to $26. It's a massive drifter. Birdman and Land Legend have entered the market at $26. Well, is this bloke a false favourite again, Vauban? I think he is, but we'll get on to my thoughts a bit later. This is his win in the Lonsdale Cup Stakes, a Group 2 run at York. Now, this was a good win. Just held on in the end, but they gapped the third horse. Vauban, look, this race, the Lonsdale Cup, has produced in 2021, Spanish Mission ran second in this race, went on to run third in the Melbourne Cup. In 2019, El Paradiso ran third in this race and went on to run a very good race in the Melbourne Cup. So I guess the form is kind of around the ball mark in terms of where you want to be for a Melbourne Cup chance. But we're going to take a look at this run featuring Tower of London, Grosvenor Square, and also Vauban. This was at Curragh in the Curragh Cup over the 2,800 metres, where Vauban loses by 8 lengths. Now, if there's some information I'm missing, maybe something came up in the stewards report or something, and some of you guys know what happened, please let me know in the comments. But I'm just taking this as it got beaten 8 lengths by Tower of London and Grosvenor Square. We'll get to Grosvenor Square a bit later on in depth, but it looks to be Europe's pride of Jenny. It is a horse that just leads and leads for fun, as what I've seen from the replays. Tower of London was very good, surging late to pick up Grosvenor Square, who was in front by a long way. Grosvenor Square didn't go down by much. Tower of London on this occasion carried 5.5 kilos more than Grosvenor Square, so it'll be interesting to see what weights they carry in the Melbourne Cup. Vauban carried the same weight as Tower of London and got beaten by 8 lengths. I don't think that warrants Melbourne Cup favouritism, but who knows what's going to happen. If you're wondering what the Curragh Cup is like as a form reference based on past years, in 2020 the race was won by Twilight Payment, who went on to win the Melbourne Cup. So it's a proven form for Melbourne Cup success, the Curragh Cup. I'm following Tower of London out of those 3 the most, but Grosvenor Square is also a very handy horse. But then Grosvenor Square came out 4 weeks later and did this in the Irish St Leger Trial Stakes. It won by 20 lengths in the end. So again, if anyone has further information, maybe a gear change or something that led to this win, or was it that it was just the best horse in the race by a country mile? Whatever it was impressive. It beat a horse called Absurde, who ran in the Melbourne Cup last year and was well fancied, by 31 lengths. So this horse could have just gone to a new level and might just be an absolute superstar. The Irish St Leger Trials Stakes in previous years, in terms of a form reference, Master of Reality ran third in this race in 2019, went on to run fourth in the Melbourne Cup. In 2017, Rekindling came second. He went on to win the Melbourne Cup. So again, it's another race that's had proven Melbourne Cup success, and Grosvenor Square, well, it's the third favourite at the moment. I should say equals second. It's the equals second favourite at the moment. It looks like it's a really handy horse. Last week was the running of the Ebor Handicap, and Magical Zoe was able to get the job done. It's currently $18 in the market, and this was its win, where it SP'd at $7.50, managed to get the job done. It had a 6-week freshen up into this race, so it was a tad fresh. I imagine it'll be the same if it goes to the Melbourne Cup, which it's likely to be. I personally think she's taking up a lot of percentage. Well, not a lot. It's $18, but it's 5th favourite, so I think it's under the odds at the moment. The Ebor Handicap hasn't been a key form reference for the Melbourne Cup in previous years, so I think Magical Zoe is going to have to improve out of that run and go up against some better quality opposition to get a gauge of where she's at. But yeah, we'll move on to the next one. I'm a bit more excited about this horse. Its name is Crystal Black. We're going to take a look at its win in the Group 3 Ballyroan Stakes at Leopardstown about 3 weeks ago now, where it won by about 4 or 5 lengths. Really impressive on the line. This horse has won 6 in a row, so it's in some form. The Ballyroan Stakes, last year it was won by Vauban, who ended up starting favourite in a Melbourne Cup. Vauban won by about a length. Crystal Black won on this day by 5, as we're looking at now. If you're going back to previous years, in 2018, a horse called Yucatan came 3rd in this race. It came to Australia, won the Herbert Power impressively, started favourite for a Melbourne Cup and failed. So the Ballyroan form's good for SP, but maybe not in terms of how fast the horse can run on the day. I've heard rumours that this horse wants to go to the Melbourne Cup. Its name is Term of Endearment, and this was its win in the Langtry Stakes at Goodwood about a month ago now. It's a Group 2 race for fillies and mares. It won this race by about half a length. 10 weeks it had into this run. It had a 10-week break. Before that, or 2 starts ago for this horse, it won the Bronte Cup Filly Stakes, a Group 3 at York, and it was 31 weeks into that run, so it likes its runs kept fresh. This horse is trained by the same trainer as Magical Zoe. 4 from 11 in its career is Term of Endearment. Look, another horse I think has to go to a new level to be competing with some of the more fancy Melbourne Cup chances. You know this horse's name, it's Absurde. We're going to take a look at its last start win just the other day at Chester in the Chester Stakes, where it burrowed through along the inside to record a nice win. Obviously, we looked at this horse a bit before, looking at the win of Grosvenor Square. It got thumped that day, but it won nicely here. Looking at the Chester Stakes as a form reference of late, no Melbourne Cup success to look at, but in 2022, Loft ran 2nd in this race and was very short for the Melbourne Cup in 2022 before it got injured and couldn't run. On his day, I think Absurd is good enough to be competitive in a Melbourne Cup, but I don't think he's one of the best internationals that's coming over this year. The last international we're going to take a look at for this video is the Grey Wizard. This was his win in the Cape Henlopen Stakes at Delaware Park about 2 weeks ago. Now, this horse won a golden ticket into the Melbourne Cup by winning the Belmont Gold Cup over there at Saratoga. This was a decent win, winning by 2 lengths. I'm not too familiar with USA form. I'm not too sure how many American horses have run in the Melbourne Cup as of late. The Grey Wizard, I think we've got to just look at it based on its price. It's currently $41 in the market, so it's not likely to win. It's looking to come over to Melbourne. We'll see how it goes, but I don't know a whole heap about this horse. Now we'll move on to my final thoughts at Australian seedings. The international that I most want to keep an eye on out of this video is Tower of London. I was really impressed with its win that we took a look at earlier in the video. It's $19 currently in the Melbourne Cup market, so I want to be keeping an eye on that international for sure. Now we'll move on to my Australian seedings. I've got my top 3. Number 1 is still Via Sistina. This horse is going to run in the Maccabi Diva Stakes, its next start. And then it's going to go to the Turnbull. Then it's going to go to either the Caulfield Cup or the Cox Plate. And then they're going to push on to the Melbourne Cup. Currently $34. I want to take the odds now. I think it's going to be shorter than that come further in the future. Then Second, Warmonger. This horse won the Queensland Derby by 10 lengths last preparation. Might have gone to a new level. It's also one that's $18, so probably around its right price. I'm not storming into it. It might get a little bit bigger. So I'm going to wait on that horse. And one at a bit of value, it's Athabaskan, who's currently $51. I'm going to wait for this horse. Don't take the price now. I think it'll get heaps longer. This horse will come back on Saturday in the Chelmsford Stakes, it looks like, up there in Sydney, and it's going to work towards a Melbourne Cup path. I think as a 6-year-old now, it can peak, and I want to be following it at a bit of a price. Thanks everyone for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Until next video, bye for now.